Yes.
His replacement.
Plus,
Me, other
had
than-
we
So
put
he
that
kind
levy
of
on as
the
a
last
remove
2
back
weeks
then,
of their spring
we
training
got it in timely, I think,
phone call
on
adjustments are
we
recorded. And
One of
he
the
actually had to sit out
recognize
for a
that.
half a day, which he's never done.
The only way to
It
get
made
that
him
performance
feel
up
like
is
he
if you
failed the world. And I'm
pay
like,
those people to
everyone
manage
is there.
those building
Yeah,
the building, because
But like
I saw how much they make
then
there
there was
versus
the coughing
other
caused him to
schools
like
and other
have
areas.
issues with his rib.
like I saw
So
their
he was
contract.
trying
If
to
I
take
wasn't at my, okay, my school's
steroids
apples and oranges because it's a tier tech
school,
school,
but you couldn't
but
take both.
we're talking like
We live? We've got a little sign right there. Thank you. Okay, it's 6 o'clock. This is the date and time that the Enon Village Council has set for a public hearing to hear comments on the proposed 2027 budget. So we will call this hearing to order. Rob, would you call the roll for the record, please?
Sure. Ms. Least. Mrs. Sweet.
Here.
Mr. Bear.
Here.
Mr. Whitaker.
Here.
Mr. DeVoli.
Here.
Mr. Hannah.
Here.
Okay, we do have a quorum this evening. I'll need a motion and a second to open the public hearing for comments.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll.
Ms. Least, Mrs. Sweet,
Yes.
Mr. Bear,
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mr. DeVoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hannah.
Yes.
At this time, the council would entertain any comments from the public regarding the proposed 2027 budget. Any comments? Seeing none, hearing none, I would entertain a motion and a second to close the hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mrs. Sweet,
Yes.
Mr. Bear,
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mr. DeVoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hannah.
Yes.
Okay, the hearing is closed. I'll call our regular meeting to order. And Rob, one more time for the record, please call the roll.
Ms. Least, Mrs. Sweet,
Yes.
Mr. Bear,
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker,
Here.
Mr. DeVoli,
Here.
Mr. Hannah.
Yes.
So we do have a quorum. Please join me in pledging allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This is the regular session of the Enon Village Council, and this is Tuesday, July 14th. Do we have any additions this evening?
Motion to excuse Ms. Least.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bear,
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mr. DeVoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hannah,
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet.
Yes.
Motion is approved. Let's go to the minutes of the Tuesday, June 23rd, 2026 meeting. If you had a chance to look at those and are satisfied with the contents, I'd entertain a motion and a second to approve.
I'll move that we accept them as presented.
I'll second.
And call the roll, please.
Mr. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mr. DeVoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hannah,
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet,
Yes.
Mr. Bear.
Yes.
Thank you. Those are approved as presented. Rob, good evening. I'm going to turn things over to you. Tonight is your night.
Sure.
So
Let's, we'll do hopefully the shorter ones first. The mayor's court report for the month of June has been submitted by Clerk Tomey. Total remitted to the village for the month of June was $1,229.32. That breaks down to $36 that goes to the computer fund, $805 in fines, court costs of $273. And this month we did have jail expenses, which we do not have every month, that comes back, and $115.32. Year-to-date collections are $9,217.98 compared to last year at $611.75.
I'll move that we accept the mayor's court report as presented.
I'll second.
call the roll, please.
Mr. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mr. DeVoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hannah,
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet,
Yes.
Mr. Bear.
Yes.
Okay, now, financial reports for the month of June. I was able to reconcile this afternoon, sorry for the delay. So our fund balances as of June 30 are general fund, $195,687.91. Street fund sitting at $55,658.22. Park fund, $50,600.50. Police levy fund, $105,031.83. Special police fund is $7,984.36. Water fund is at $512,243.25. Total of all funds, $988,982.73. I think I would just say if we could go to buried in here toward the end is our revenue status report. So it's the last report that's in your packet. It's 5 pages long. We don't have to go through this line by line, but just we are halfway through the year, and so we'd like to be hitting 50% of our revenue and most of our collections, and I think we're doing pretty well overall. You see that the general fund we've collected about 57% of what we expect to this time of year. The one kicker there are the real estate taxes, which come in heavier in the first half, since you can see that the collections we've received to date are 66%. So that's good. So I'm feeling pretty good about where our revenue numbers are. Mayor's Court, as we know, is down from where we'd like it to be, but I think that with increased activity in the police department, we're going to see that inching up. If you go to the next page, the street fund, which is the one that I worry about a lot, our revenue is 49%, so we're right where we need to be. So our collections for gas tax and the license fees, which are the main drivers of that fund, are coming in right where they need to be. And then if we go to the last page for the water fund, our collections are just shy of 49% for the total fund. So
We're right where we should be.
we are right where we should
Yeah,
be.
there's no worries.
the
That's
point
good.
of that little exercise. So if there are any questions on the June report, I'd be happy to take them. But
And probably in, second meeting in August, you will have received the second half of real estate taxes? Yep.
hopefully. But I will say, we are sitting in a place that is healthy cash-wise in the bank, so I'm happy about that. So if it doesn't come into the first meeting in September, we'll make it. So,
We'll get them.
I'll move that we accept the bank reconciliation for June as presented.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? Further questions? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Davoli,
Yes.
Mr. Hannah,
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet,
Yes.
Mr. Bear,
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker.
Yes.
Final thing, at least for now, for me, is the tax budget, for which we just had a hearing. I think several members were at our committee meeting 2 weeks ago, where we discussed sort of the state of play for the village finances, looking at relatively flat revenues in going into next year. We discussed at that meeting that that's somewhat intentional, because we have our property tax levies bring in what they bring in, regardless of increases in valuations that happen through the county. Our levies don't bring anything more in. So that's a flat revenue source. We have not raised our rates on things like water or the zoning permit fees, things like that, since I've been here. So again, those collections remain flat, and we don't have an influx of new like water customers that would be bringing in more revenue either. So, I mean, we're steady with where we are. Part of our conversation was that we have, by necessity, deficit spent out of the general fund for the past several years, and part of that has been paying some police salaries out of the general fund, which we had not done for a few years. It sounds like we've done it, and then we didn't do it, and then we've done it, and then we didn't do it. So we're kind of in that flow where we're going to be okay in 27, but we may need to think about how we're allocating some of our resources going after that, because just based on the bottom line numbers, we're eating into our carryover quite a bit. Now, those carryover numbers are based on the premise that we will expend every dollar of appropriation, and that doesn't happen. So the carryovers will be healthier than what the bottom line numbers here are, but just something to be aware of as we go ahead.
We need to emphasize that we're gonna have to operate within our means, because we don't have the extra revenue coming in for certain funds, plain and simple. The numbers that you see on this proposed budget are very conservative. We know our beginning balances are going to be higher, because we know our expenses in many funds have not been what they were anticipated to be in 2026. That's really important to remember. But again, the bottom line for the village is we're going to have to operate within our means, whatever that turns out to be. We will have a very good idea, my opinion, at the end of the year where we're going to be. When you turn around and do the appropriations for 2027, things are going to look differently.
Sure. So I mean, once we get past Thanksgiving, we'll take another look at things before we pass a budget at the end of the year.
Yes.
Just want to keep everybody's attention that bottom line is revenues are flat, but our expenses continue to increase. Now, what we expend may not, because, for instance, this year, we're going to spend less in salaries than we had budgeted because of some of the police department earlier in the year, some of the front office staff at this year, where we haven't been staffed at a full level, even though we are appropriated for it. So there'll be money that will recoup there. But hopefully next year we'll be at a full staffing level and we won't see those savings. So just know that our revenue's flat, our expenses increase, and at some point in time, those lines are going to cross and we'll have to do some things.
Thank you. Are there any questions from council regarding this proposed 2027 budget that you'd like to ask Mr. Storm to address?
Not so much a question, but more of a comment. I think it's imperative that either our finance committee or the council in total, we've got to start looking at other ways of promoting income into the village than possibly our continuing pattern. And as distasteful as what it might be, we've discussed either expansion or possibly an income tax, which nobody really wants, but it's obvious from where we're at that we've got to start looking at other ways to generate funds to come into the village, in my opinion, respectively. So, is the thought.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with proposing alternatives. I'm not sure what people would be comfortable with. Maybe there are people that would be comfortable with an income tax. That's not what the feel has been previously, but we don't know now. Maybe that's a road we would go down, or maybe we would try it, let's say for the police department, to try to bring back the levy that we lost a few years ago. But at least we can, throw some options out there for some possibilities.
We've got to do something. Make a motion that we accept the budget proposal.
Actually, I got one question for Rob. Sorry about that. Based upon projection for general fund for 2027, what would, if all things remain equal, what type of deficit will we be looking at for 2028? If you are just educated estimate based upon what I see the trend looking like in the past couple of years.
So we would eat up our carryover. So if you look at our bottom line numbers, so our general fund expenses proposed for next year, $413,000. Total revenue, including the carryover balance, would be $418,000. So that carryover balance of $95,000. So you're going to have to, you've got $90,000 worth of appropriations that we need to come up with an answer to.
Okay.
All things being equal.
That's what I thought.
Spending it.
Yeah.
So I would say that, as always, my revenue numbers are as conservative as they can be, but they're honest. And knowing just what this process is, just remember, we're not voting on appropriations. Like, we're not voting on saying, hey, this is what we're going to spend next year. This is more of a revenue exercise that the state mandates that we do. So it's a tax budget. So we present this to the county, and then the county compares it to what their revenue budgets are going to be. And then they give it back to us, and it shows us what our rates will be next year. And it applies to things, not just our property tax levy, but some of the apportioned funds that we get, like local government funds, some of the vehicle registration fees based on population and what budgets different entities have.
And Christian, when he submits this, the auditor's office will go in and adjust some of our numbers. It happens every year.
And not the police levy that just passed, but the other one that is currently running and operating, that's not up for 2 years?
Next year.
It's next year.
So
Okay, that's what I thought. So we had another one on.
We are in a stage where we have levies the next 2 years.
So it would be, I mean, if we're thinking about putting the other one on, there's an actual possibility of putting two levies on one election cycle, or put one in spring, one in fall?
We could certainly have conversations about how you would like to do that. But
Sure.
Typically, we've tried to take care of the renewals first, then address an additional. But I think anything would be open to conversation.
So I need to go back and look at something, because what I told you may not be true. I know we have a levy next year and the year after, but one of those is the general fund levy. I don't remember if next year's general fund or if next year's the other police.
I think general fund next year.
So then the other police is the following year. So there were 3 police levies in one general fund, and they may have been one every 4 years. But now it's an off year and then 3 in a row. I just
Gotcha.
need to look at what the order is.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
Mr. Hannah.
I make a motion that we accept the proposed budget as presented.
I'll
It does
second.
not need a 3 reading rule, but it does. We don't need a 3 reading rule.
No, we just do this by motion. Any further comments, questions? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hannah,
Yes.
Mrs. Sweet,
Yes.
Mr. Bear,
Yes.
Mr. Whitaker,
Yes.
Mr. DeVoli.
Yes.
Rob, thank you for your work on that. Much appreciated.
Thank you.
Do you have any other items, financial wise?
No, just with the financial reports, since it is the end of June, in your free time, do take a look at those appropriation numbers and those revenue numbers to see what we're hitting 50% on, where we're low and where we're high. And that'll give you some just idea about how we're doing.
And again, as a reminder, and Christian, especially for you, when we get into October, November, and December, we're going to go in and start switching a couple things around. That we do that every year because we didn't spend as much out of this category as what we thought, but we spent more over here. So we'll be adjusting things. So that's
I'll claim the new guy excuse still. So.
okay. It'll work.
For now.
I agree.
Any questions for Rob? Thanks, Rob.
Thanks,
Appreciate it. Communications, I just have one short one. I want to thank all of our staff members the last couple weeks for helping out. We're a little shorthanded, and we did, I think, a really good job. Jason, you're back with us now, so we're glad you're back, and we made it, and our staff came through again. They did a great job. They helped me out a little bit, and things went very smoothly, and I actually had fun doing that, so. I'll turn it over to you, Jason.
Evening, Mayor, Council, residents. Again, I would like to thank Tim for taking over. Again, I was gone the last 2 weeks, so Tim did step in and take care of things. That was greatly appreciated. Couple items tonight. Wells. All 4 of the village wells are back in service, which is a very good thing. Well 2. Capacity before cleaning was about 500 gallons a minute. We're up to 700 gallons a minute now. So again, the rehabilitation of that well was definitely well worth it. I've increased our capacity.
And that's where it should be. That's about what it had
It
been
is.
pumping previously.
So it hasn't been that way in a few years, but again, we're all back 100% now. Green Vista Stormwater Project, they have got the biggest roadblock, I think, of this project completed. They have gone under the AT&T phone line or phone duct. So from here on, they should just be able to start putting pipe in, and we'll see some quick progress.
Nothing was broken. Nothing was cut. It was, yes.
Uneventful, but it
Jason,
was
was
still
that
probably the biggest part of the project.
Was that spec to be a 36 or 42 pipe that went through there?
36,
Okay.
yeah.
It just looked really big when they started
It's-
unloading it, yeah.
36 is a pretty good size. I guess I'd like to talk a little bit about the OPWC coming up projects. I didn't know if the street committee would like to pick a street to enter into an agreement maybe with Mad River Township and do a joint project to have a street paved
I had
through this.
done some initial conversations with the township, and there was some interest a month or two ago. And I think this is a good way for us if we could join forces here and we could get a street or two paved in the village. Rick, come up with the 1 or 2 that you think are the worst, and see if we can't apply it as a joint project. I think would be great. So maybe you can get that information to Jason, and
If you guys want to maybe have a meeting or pick a street, let me know and
I
we can
think
get
didn't you
close.
already meet.
We went around
Yeah.
this year. With
Okay.
Arthur had the notes. I don't know if he.
Gotcha. So did you guys come up with like a top street or 2 that was bad?
We wrote down every one of the streets that had detentions, whether it be potholes or total resurfacing. But,
Gotcha.
you know, once again, if we go into it with the township, we still have to consider that our foundation's off of that, and then the ability to be able to grind. Because so, you know, just capping them with the township is not going to resolve some of our issues. We need to get down to the sub-base, respectfully. See if we can come up with that. I don't
I'll find
recall
the
ever
notes.
seeing, did you guys ever see us a response? I don't remember seeing a response off of that. Okay.
Well, we'll get the list and go from there, Jason.
That is all I have this evening, unless anybody has any questions for me.
Thanks, Jason. Welcome back.
Yep.
Chief, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council, residents. We're going to start off with training. We've had all of the officers were requalified with our patrol rifles so that we've got those back in service. For the stats for the month of June, we had 73 total calls, 16 assists with law enforcement, 5 assists with other agencies, and 2 assists with fire and EMS. There were 2 misdemeanor arrests, 17 traffic stops, 16 warnings issued, 5 citations to mayor's court, and 1 to juvenile court. 6 reports taken, 2 domestic violence, 1 overdose, and 2 thefts. We had 2 crashes. They were both private property with no injury. Information exchanged. 54 details and 32 business checks for the month. The no parking signs we put up for the fireworks, I think they worked great. I've been stopped several times since we've taken them down about how glad they were that we did that to keep one lane open in case we had trouble to be able to get through them. So those worked out great. They're stored here at the village so that we can use them for different events if we need them. There's no dates or anything put on them.
Took care of a huge safety issue, in my opinion.
Yep. Officer Hunter will be completing his training here shortly, probably the start of next pay period, and then he'll be working more late night hours, like a second shift. So we'll have more coverage throughout the week. And I believe that's about it. Oh no, I'm sorry. I'm looking at adding and kind of changing some of the noise ordinance that we have for like vehicles, loud music coming from vehicles, loud exhaust. So many of our current policy says we have to have a dBA meter, which we don't think we've ever had.
I don't think we've ever owned one.
No. With this, it gets more into just your typical 25 feet from the source. So it'll be able to control more of the people going through the plats and stuff with loud music, and I'm sure the residents will like that.
I told Jeff, I said, bring proposed change, bring the existing ordinance reads, and then your proposed change back to council so they can review. So
we also just today received our provisional certification with the Ohio Collaborative agency, law enforcement agency, which is something we've been working on to get done. So we got our certification with that. Basically the start of it. We just got to continue with some of providing our policies and stuff to keep going with it.
and we appreciate you guys getting on that.
So that's all I have.
Parade was awesome. Thanks to the fire EMS department for putting that on. The fireworks were spectacular. I sent an email out that $4,003 worth every penny, in my opinion. So
$2 is what made it.
was it $2?
The $2 is what made it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Rick. Questions for Chief?
Confused.
The scooters and mini bikes, how is that going with the public and the kids?
I have not received one complaint from parents, and I have not seen in the village. I haven't seen any of them riding around.
I haven't seen any of the mini bikes either. Now the scooters, I was coming home the other day, took a left on Broadway from Harrison, looked both ways. There was nobody across at the other stop sign. Started to turn, a girl came straight through the stop sign across to the south side of Broadway.
Is that a little white on a white?
Yeah.
Yep. I had a chat with her
Okay.
the other day.
So yeah, if even the scooters that are allowed, just
still-
if we can stress safety to the kids, that's the biggest thing. We don't want somebody to get hurt. It should be on the parents to let their children know, but if we can.
The
stop
biggest
them and
thing,
let
and I
them
think
know.
that has caught the parents' attention, is the fact that they can be cited
Right.
if they let their kids ride them. So,
I have not heard anything from anybody.
no,
So
I mean, and
I think people are accepting that, look, we're trying to keep the children safe.
And big thing that I forgot to mention is National Night Out is coming up on August the 4th from 6 to 9 p.m. at Enon Park. Last year's was great. We're hoping to improve it a little bit, make it a little bit better. See what we can
It was a
do.
fun time last year. Questions for our chief?
Are the kids supposed to be wearing helmets, or is it just a suggestion?
So here's the thing with we have a helmet ordinance. However, the kids can't be heard in juvenile court, so then you're running into having to cite them into municipal court for not wearing them, and they're not going to do anything with it.
They're not going to.
So we kind of remind them, talk to them, and remind them. But it makes it kind of difficult.
Any other questions? Thanks, Chief. Do we have any comments from the public this evening? Hearing none?
Friday, we have the TCC meeting. Were you going to be going to that? That's the one down at Clark State.
That is next month,
I thought it was
the
this Friday.
the annual meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's usually in August.
Yeah, let me go back and double check. I think
Yeah.
we have a meeting this Friday. I think it must be a regular meeting.
Probably regular one, yeah, because I think that was in August. So, but I'll let you know.
Just for you guys' information, I do not see a response back from the other village administrator about our streets. So if we want to reach out to him about what our findings were on the street travel.
I just know he was keeping notes during our,
Yeah,
we
he
drove
wrote down
around
that.
for an hour or something, and he was taking notes as we were going.
I will search his files first.
Let me see, it
If you need me
was
to, I can
been around,
do that.
our meeting, I
Kinda
just saw
make
where our
notes
meeting
of it.
was, but
He's been really good about responding during the day, so.
Of it and bring it back to you.
And like all the potholes, I think we've already kind of marked.
Mm-hmm.
It was more, there was several that we had noted, are going to need repaved at some point. I can't recall. We can just drive around.
it would be right around April, our meeting was on April 16th, so it would be right in that vicinity.
If we had, hey, this street is what we want to concentrate on next year, whether it be grinding down, rebase, whatever, that's a good starting point. So,
I know I keep getting told about Rebert, but we actually drove Rebert and,
Further out.
Right,
yeah,
past the village.
yeah.
Yep.
So they were wanting to do that as a joint project, but I'm not sure exactly if that's where our monies need to go at this point.
I had a call as well on that
Yeah.
and looked at it. So, anything else?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Meeting adjourned. Thanks for coming.
30.
Yeah, Bob McClure called me, and so I drove.
You called me, and there was something going on with my phone. Like it's screening calls or something.
Oh wow. I wish mine